Matt's not here. Is Matt gonna play? Are you gonna play his iPad? Are you
Kind of. If somebody wants to play his character, they're more than welcome.
Do you want to do it?
You'd probably be better at it than anybody else.
I can
Since
try
you guys
it.
are only level 1.
I can try it.
I have a guy that works at See's Candy at their factory store, and he brings the irregulars in.
Ooh.
So this is one of the irregulars. So this is all really good candy, but it's stuff like too large or
Too large for candy?
Yeah, too large for candy. Or like this one is like, I was like, some of the things look like totally normal. He goes, this one's supposed to have cherry and brandy in it, and it has nougat for the shape, so that's wrong. And I was like, okay, I'll take it.
Okay.
I'm using my new dice that came with this nice little case.
What's that?
My new dice.
Oh shit, new
Golden
dice.
lavender.
Saw it on.
Golden lavender is right.
Yeah.
That is cute.
Chalk on my bigger.
So the last time we played, you guys went down into the basement / tomb area
Yeah.
of the temple. You fought an undead priest guy that was down there. You saved an elf woman, and you purified an orb.
Bet your ass we did.
Yeah, you did.
Wow.
And I don't remember, did you guys rest after that?
We did.
Yes, we did a long rest.
Long rest. All right. So you wake up.
Oh wait, let me make absolutely sure. before we go
Did
further.
you leave
I mean,
any-
all my stuff is back. So.
All my stuff back.
Yeah, so did you guard at all, or did you just...
He put the tripwires in.
Okay.
There are a lot of tripwires, as I recall, from the doors. There's only one.
Well, no, that was the hallway.
No, but when we went back downstairs, it was only one entrance anyway,
Okay.
so we did a tripwire on that too.
Did you leave any guards, or did you leave any lookout or anything?
I think one of
Because
I
there
think
were skeletons coming out of tombs.
yeah, but they only could get out if you pushed the tomb open.
Yeah? Really? Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
No, I asked that question.
We asked that question.
I said, can more things come out of here?
Yeah.
I
told
can't
us
answer that.
specifically. Were you trying to get us fucking... See, you're trying to get us killed and we're still fucking taking a nap.
So you guys sleep for 8 hours. You recover all of your hit points and your spells and things like that, and cantrips and special abilities. And
Yep.
You wake up and the woman is actually laying on the floor next to you. She actually isn't laying. She's actually propped up in a corner, kind of watching you. Doesn't look like she had to sleep very long. She doesn't look well still, but she's kind of in the corner watching you while you sleep.
Are we all rising right now? Or this
Pretty much.
we're all rising. I walk over to her and introduce myself and ask her who she is and what she is doing here.
So, introduce her.
My name is Omi. Me and my comrades, compatriots, thank you for your help in defeating the, what is it, like a witch, what was he, like
He was a priest.
like a undead priest or whatever. And what is your name and what are you doing here? Where are you from?
My name is Tiranya, and I am from the Golden Gate Forest. I came over here to help keep the orb purified, and in doing so I was ambushed by the priest that used to run this temple and knocked out. And when I woke up, I was bound in some sort of spell, and it felt like my life was being sucked out of me into the orb.
You say that he was a priest that you already knew.
Yes.
Yes. Was he always like that?
No, not at all.
Huh.
No, he ran the temple. It is, oh gosh, because I didn't look that up right before you guys got here. He was a priest of Abaddon. They're pretty common around here, and unfortunately, it looks like he was not only corrupted, but turned undead by someone.
Does your magic I take it does your magic know where the evil came hence?
No, it does not.
Hmm.
And you're looking kind of closer at her, and she's very elvish. She's very thin. She's got long, pointy ears.
Hmm.
She's got kind of a bluish tint to her hair, but you notice that her eyes are a little cloudy. And she's not really looking at you. She's kind of looking in your direction.
How do you feel? What's your name, Tarania?
Tarania. I'm fine, thank you. A little tired.
Were your eyes always so milky?
Only lately. It's something I'm trying to get used to.
Huh.
It has nothing to do with what happened here, though.
Okay. Do you know of any other people who have changed like this priest in the vicinity?
No, I've been here for about 2 weeks, it seems like, and quite hungry actually. If you have anything to eat.
Do we have anything you can offer her?
I don't think I have anything in the bag.
Let's see.
He gave me a small amount of food just to keep me alive, but it wasn't enough to sustain me fully.
Tarania?
Tarania? Yeah.
Tarania.
I mean, I can create water.
Create water. How about wait, do I still got I have 2 of them. I thought I used one.
Do you know what day it is?
We know a local pub that we could head towards.
I think it would probably be best if I went home, but unfortunately I can't get there myself. I would need some help.
To your home. Where is your home at?
The Golden Gate Forest, it's north of here.
Well,
You know that part of the contract that you accepted was to retrieve the item and take it back to the elves. In
the
Golden Gate
of the
Forest.
Golden Gate Forest.
Well, Tarania, we were sent here. We're looking for someone. We don't know whom we're looking for. I'm Pockets, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Pockets.
I'm Tatiana.
Nice to meet you. And the little one?
That's Beauregard.
Oh,
Sorry.
Sid.
So the little one is Beauregard and the dog is Sid?
No.
The little one is Sid.
All right.
Sorry.
I could tell how you got them confused.
Makes sense.
Well, maybe we can help each other. We can help you. We have Beauregard here that if you're feeling weak, we can, strap you on the back. And
He looks a little small for me, but just I don't know, a guide, not really a guide. I'd say like support. I don't know how far I can go since I haven't eaten in a while. I'm a little weak, but I mean, we could go to this tavern, or we could. Is it very close?
45 minutes away.
Yeah.
It's kind of a ways to go, and we're not alone. There's stuff outside. Just talking.
No,
You
that's fine.
said you said you've been here for around 2 weeks.
That's what it felt like.
Have you explored other chambers or other rooms? Do you know another safe space that we may be able to explore? Maybe we can find some food.
Well, I've been here countless times. I know this area very well. The problem is I've been down here for a while, and from what it sounds like, things outside have changed.
Do you know where the monks in this temple ate? Is there a place where they all had food?
There was a cafeteria, yes. It was behind the temple.
Behind it?
Yes. Yes, there's a few buildings behind the temple, and they have an orphanage, and the monks ate with the actual children all the time. They traded off chores, kept the place clean. It was their duty.
I say let's go explore. Let's go.
Take us to. Let's. Well, we're in a basement, right?
Mhm.
I think that we should amongst ourselves. I always do this because I'm used to talking like this. That's like out of character talking. You put your arm up. Let's go up high and see if there's any windows that we can see what the lay of the land is like outside before we go out to look for food. she can make it up that far, I think. And we've already sort of extinguished anything that's in this room and anything above. Can we do like a roll for to just check the area that's in this room, check around the room before we leave?
Yeah, go ahead and do a perception check.
And that's a 20.
Yep, always.
Buttons.
And what are you specifically looking for?
Well, I know that there's the setup was that there were caskets, and then there was a dais here where the orb was sitting.
It's still there.
It's still there.
It's soft white light.
Soft white light. I want to look around the dais since we're all right there.
All right.
Like so. So that's 10 plus my perception is 18.
It looks like a dais, and there's an orb floating up in the middle of it, about 3 feet up.
But there's no cabinets or any sort of thing for linens or vestments or anything.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Didn't I grab the orb last time?
You touched it, yes, or you tried to touch it, and you stopped about like 3 inches away, and your consciousness was taken out of you.
Yeah. I just thought when I came to, I grabbed it.
No.
Okay.
It is suspended in air.
Anything else want to do?
I mean, my perception's...
Do you want to look around the caskets without opening them, or look around the room, or if there's any other hidden things in the walls, or... Obviously there's no windows. Is there any other doors?
Just the one door.
Just the one door?
Yep. You look around the caskets, and they're all very ornate. They're very symmetrical.
Mm-hmm.
They are a dark reddish marble, and on top of each one is a figure, different figure for each, except for the dais is here. There's 2, 2, and 2, and this one does not have a figure on top of it, but the other 5 do.
I'd like to try and use teamwork to push on the casket to see if maybe there's somewhere we can go underneath. Maybe it's hiding something.
But not the top.
I don't want to open the top.
Go ahead and do a perception check for me.
8. 15.
15. So you look around some of the caskets, or sarcophagus, whatever you want to call them, and there doesn't look to be any scrape marks or anything around them. They look to be set in the floor. They're not glued there. They weren't carved out of there. But as you go around each one, there's actually a raised area around each one that the caskets fit in perfectly. And it would be, besides destroying one, which would not be possible right now for you guys, you wouldn't be able to move them off of their
So it's like a
small,
yeah.
So it's like a small platform that they actually sit in. Yes.
And there's 5 of the caskets with a person on them and one
Except for
without.
one.
Yes.
Was the body of that priest still there? Is his clothing or anything still there? Can we search him?
Yeah, you can. His corpse has been rotting in the corner since you started sleeping.
Oh, so let's search him thoroughly.
Yeah, let's search him because maybe he has the figurine that's missing. Maybe that's a key. I want to try and see. If
These figures are like the length and breadth. Like if you've ever been to an actual tomb.
I thought you
So
meant
the representations of people inside the actual sarcophagus.
They're the same length and height and
Yes.
volume.
They are carved out of the actual top of the lid.
So if there's not one in there yet, that means nobody's in there.
That's what it could mean. That there's no one in that
You can
casket.
totally try if you want to.
It's 4 of us plus a dog plus
For
her.
someone. Well, what I'm saying is it's like a plot of land, like you.
Yeah.
Like back in
It's waiting for someone.
It's waiting for someone, but nobody's in there yet. So maybe it would be safe to open up.
We can try it.
Let's do it.
Oh wait, did we get the stuff off the dead guy?
off the dead.
Yeah,
the
well, we're
priest.
gonna do that first, but
Okay. Did you?
What was it? Was it breastplate, steel shield? None of that, right?
It was
wasn't.
Masterwork Longsword.
Oh, so
I have
you already
Masterwork
did do
Longsword.
that.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Yeah, you did last time.
Yeah. So we
Okay.
looted the body already.
What was the what did we get from him? Do you remember?
the sword.
The Masterwork longsword.
And then there was a breastplate, and there was something else.
A rusted breastplate and something else.
And a heavy steel shield.
There you go. That was also
So-
rusted.
Yeah, none of those things I can use.
Did you guys get experience last time?
No.
You did not.
Well, let me make I don't know. I don't know if
I don't
we
No,
think
do like
because
so.
we're only
back-
at 896.
Yeah, I think that's.
But you haven't actually done a whole shit ton of stuff either.
Yeah. I don't think
Oh,
we
and
did.
this
consider-
doesn't go back. Oh, maybe it does right here. Avert your previous level.
You don't want to do that.
Show history. No, it doesn't sound.
Yeah. You would have. Because it wasn't that much.
Okay.
So we already got it.
Yeah. You did.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. These. I'm leveling you guys up really slowly.
Okay.
It's not the super slowest. It's medium, but still, it's going to take a little while to level up.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's
And
say
we
we
do a whole bunch of stuff.
So we.
So do we want to check this casket that doesn't have a person?
Yeah.
on
Let's
it?
check it.
Who wants to spearhead
Mm-hmm.
this?
Can we protect ourselves with the shield in case something jumps out?
Well, I mean, I can cast Shield of Faith on myself, and then I can do it.
And then
Yeah. Let's see do it.
Sid is going to go ahead and watch the door just in case. He's going to keep an eye out with Bo, just to stay out of the
So
way.
I'm gonna.
So everybody roll a strength check.
I'm gonna
So
put my
roll a
shield
d20
on.
and then add your strength modifier. Should be right at the top of your main page.
Strength modifier.
Where is it?
Oh.
This plus-
So 12 plus
Alright, so
1.
no.
So, or wait, just the plus 1.
Yep.
Right? 15.
First roll.
10.
First roll is a 6. 4.
Ooh.
10.
Yeah. These two are
Oh,
just
I
like,
didn't roll for Sid.
he's not doing
Oh
it.
yeah, he's not doing
Uh,
it.
And Pockets walks up, he's like, you know what, you guys, just, and starts pushing it off. It doesn't move very quickly, but you get it, you move it off a little bit. It's not uber heavy for you.
Yeah.
And you get it about halfway, and you look inside, and there's nothing in there. It is completely empty.
No dust. Nothing.
No.
Not even.
I
Like,
mean, there's like actual, like,
cloth.
no, not cloth. There is dust as far as like, you just scraped a whole bunch of marble on marble and it's dusting. But other than that, there's nothing in there. It is empty.
No eminence of energy. Nothing. Okay. Well,
And jump in and see if it's triggered.
You can jump in, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'll do
there's
that.
nothing, it's stone.
Okay. The
Just
inlay
so-
like makes me
Yeah,
think there's
there's
something
something in
hiding in
there.
it.
I think it's waiting.
Tarani's just
okay.
sitting in the corner looking at you like,
Grave robbers.
Well, I'd say time is passing and we need to get her some food.
Yes.
Like
So
some
let us go up.
alright.
Head upstairs.
Okay. She follows you. She takes a little while. She is severely fatigued and very hungry. So she's not moving very quickly.
Can I
Let's
give
get
her
her some
holy water
water.
to drink?
Yeah.
You can give her water, yeah.
All I have is
Water's
holy
water.
water.
Yeah.
Do you have anything for her to drink it out of?
Besides the thing that it's in? No.
Oh, it's a
a
vial.
vial, yeah.
Yeah, holy water's just water
Water.
to normal people. It's
So I want to give her the holy water, and I only
she
have
drinks.
one.
She drinks it slowly, and she. Thank you very much.
Does it do anything? Do we notice any difference in her at all?
No, she's just tired. She's exhausted.
So now I have.
Well, did you want to keep, because Tatiana can cast a...
Do you want to do a heal check on her?
I can't do a heal check
Why not?
because I don't have any magic.
Do you want to? No, a heal check is a skill.
I can do it.
I can do it.
Go for it.
You know what, so I've already given up the water. So
Ah, still rolling horribly. 10.
Okay, she looks a little dehydrated and really hungry. You can hear her stomach starting to growl a little bit.
Okay.
And
So we definitely need to
Yeah.
get some food and probably get her some more water.
Did we take the orb with us?
No.
Yeah. It's,
you can
She
try.
can't. She can't. Could we ask her before we leave? Ask her to take the orb. Bring the orb.
You can't take it with you.
You
It
can't.
needs to stay here.
So it stay in its where it's at. And can't go up with it. It has
Yes,
to
and
stay
as
in
soon
the-
as we get back to my people, we will send someone to guard it so this doesn't happen again.
Okay. Sid, do you mind leaving a tripwire on this thing? Like it's gonna do anything? Doesn't matter. It would just. It would.
It wouldn't alert anybody.
It wouldn't alert anybody. Yeah.
So he gathers up his wire and all that stuff that he used for the boss fight and stuff, and wraps it up, puts it in his pouch along with his bells, and hops on Beauregard and follows you guys upstairs.
All right, we're up. We go through the one little room.
So you're gonna go upstairs, or you're gonna go back through the bedding area?
The bedding area.
Okay.
Because we already went upstairs.
You did. You did.
Yeah, we went up to the mezzanine level, but we.
Yeah, there were windows that looked out onto the street.
From the mezzanine level?
Yes, there were.
Oh, I thought you said there wasn't. Since we know the mezzanine level is clear, do we want to look out the street in the back to the orphanage that way? I'd vote for yes, since it's clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
You go up to the mezzanine area, and the windows are in the front of the temple, not on the sides. The sides are stained glass.
But what about the back of the temple?
The back of the temple has a large stained glass window as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't see through it.
Double shit.
But you can see out to the street, and you notice that it's stopped raining. Things are drying up a little bit. It's actually drying up quite quickly for how horrible it was raining. Yeah. And you also look down and do a perception check for me.
20.
Okay, you look down, and you actually notice those dead trees out front are starting to bud.
Excuse me.
So you see like little tiny leaves starting to sprout from the ends of the trees.
Did you say rosebud?
Like everything's kind of trying to fix itself quickly.
Are they edible?
So let's go down to that first room that we went to that was not in the main room, and it had a door that went outside.
Right.
Let's go.
Well, it had a hallway that went out back. Yeah.
Let's go that way. Do you guys feel that?
Yeah.
Let's go down the mezzanine level.
Because she said that the cafeteria was behind.
Mhm.
So behind where the orphanage and all that stuff was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, since we looked out that front window, the bodies of the kids that were there, are they still there? Or?
No, they actually sank into the ground after you killed them.
Motherfucking kids.
It looked like they were almost swallowed by the ground.
Oh. Okay. So do we want to do that? We want to go outside?
Yeah,
the back?
Let's go.
Okay.
To the back.
Okay.
Let's go. Alright.
So you go back, and you go down the hallway, and it opens up into a larger room.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see tables that are broken, and there are windows on either side. They're higher up, so they're about 8 feet up.
Mm-hmm.
They're clear, and it goes all the way back. And at the end of it, there is a counter with a large window, probably about 15 by 5 feet, and it's about 3.5 feet off the ground, with a ledge. And it looks like this is where they hand out the food.
Oh, okay. So...
And there's a small door on the right-hand side.
Also
Looking around, you see that there are decomposing corpses on the floor.
Mm-hmm. Let's search all the corpses for any sort of food or water or items. You want to do that before we go into the next room?
Okay, go ahead and roll. Who's spearheading? You are spearheading. Does anybody want to help him?
Yeah.
Roll with advantage.
While he's doing that,
Okay.
can I, because I'm the tallest, can I jump on Beauregard's back and look out?
You're too big for Bo.
Maybe push a table or a chair.
But yeah, you could probably get a table. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll for your perception.
So roll twice and take the better.
No, because he's not helping actually.
I was helping her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so 8 plus 12, 20.
Okay. You find like tattered clothes, small wooden like toys, nothing useful.
Nobody's a candy bar or a little
Nothing.
food,
No.
nothing.
If you reach into one kid's pocket and there was like a chestnut in there, but it is moldy and gross, and it's got like this weird slime over it.
Oh, poison from the kitchen maybe?
15. You climb up. Which side are you? East or west? West towards the ocean, east towards the city.
Well, because we already know what's out front, so I'm going even further back.
What do you mean?
We already know
So
what's
if we're
the direction of the front of the building.
if we walked into here and this is the
Right.
room,
So this
we
is
know here,
this is the
so
temple right
we're
here. and this is the hallway, and you're in this room right here, and it has windows to the east and to the west.
We want the windows that would be behind the middle of the church, the dais or whatever, the raised part in the middle of the church, whatever's behind that.
Okay, so the east.
West. East. Okay.
Okay. You look back there, and it looks like a small muddy garden.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they tried to grow some of their own food at least to sustain some of the cost of the orphanage, but nothing. There are also a couple of like piles of clothing laying on the ground, but nothing else really.
But you can he see the where the anything else, any of the buildings in Shan?
So this area, especially like in this whole neighborhood, there are houses and buildings on every side of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not an open backyard like you would like in the country.
Oh, okay.
It's surrounded by other buildings.
Okay.
And the buildings actually, all the windows on the other buildings are boarded up. On the lower levels. Not so much on the higher levels, but on the lower levels. And they're all about 3 stories high.
And there's no movement in any of those? Nothing?
No. And you probably figure since all this has started happening, it's still dark outside too.
Mm.
But because all this is happening, people are staying in their homes, they're boarding them up, they're trying to keep safe. Especially with some of the stuff that you've run into. A normal person would have been killed immediately if they hadn't run.
Mm.
So the safest place for them to be would be in their house.
So,
I'd
okay.
say
Let's go
if
to
you
the
guys
kitchen.
can check the kitchen, I want to check out the other window. Just while we have 2 clear windows, I want to
go for it.
see our surroundings.
All right, let's
on the other
towards
side?
kitchen.
Yeah.
All right.
I have literally rolled 15 every single time.
It's a decent
It's
number.
an 8 day.
On the other window, it's not a lot to see really. You can kind of see the courtyard out front that you guys were in, and you see another building, like mostly just the top of the roof of the building. And it's very like it's part of the roof, and then it actually raises up, so it looks into other windows.
And there's nothing
Of a
in
larger
there.
building next door, and you don't see any movement or anything like that. It looks like it's part of the same structure. So the temple's here, you're here, and it kind of goes around like this,
Okay.
and you're looking out here, and it kind of goes up to the same height of the building that you're in, but there's a dip in there. So it looks like there's a small hallway that attaches it to this other building. But you can't see much. It's mostly dead pigeons and pigeon shit, and
Okay.
stuff like that.
So we're making our way. Me, Tatiana, Sid, and Beauregard are going towards the kitchen. I'd say to them, don't eat anything. Don't touch anything. Don't let Beauregard touch or eat anything. Yeah.
So Sid gets down and he kind of holds Bo around the neck and stay, that kind of stuff.
So let's push open that door.
All right, you push open the door, and a smell that you kind of were getting in the other room. Right when you get in this room, it just starts wafting all over you. It's a lot of rotten food. It looks like something aged this stuff very quickly and just totally destroyed it.
All of it?
All of it.
There's no dry goods that would not get destroyed like that?
Because of the moisture in the air, it actually has accelerated the molding process of any
And then
dry
rice
goods.
or potatoes.
Rice and potatoes would have worms and stuff in them. Potatoes are all sprouted
Keons.
and then rotted.
Jars of anything?
Too modern.
Yeah. Well,
What about jars?
Like sealed things.
Right, cans are way too
Sealed
modern.
things.
You know what? Go ahead and roll perception for me with advantage because other people are helping you look.
Oh, that's pretty
18
good.
plus 8. What is that?
Well, roll again just in case it's a natural 20.
26.
It is a natural 20.
There you go.
All right then.
8.
So you're going through this, and you find a couple jars of jelly, like small jars of jelly, that don't look to be touched at all by any of this. You find a couple of pickled apples,
Delicious.
and in the very far back of the pantry,
Spam.
you find a bottle. And you open the bottle and you take a whiff, and it looks like it was the cook's brandy. That's a pretty decent brandy too.
We take all that shit.
Yeah.
Like you could light some shit on fire or get real fucked up on this stuff.
Yeah. We're taking.
Let's take it all. Let's feed our new friend. Like
Tarania.
Terrania.
Let's get some food in her.
And a little bit of brandy to give her constitution up a little bit.
So you take her back into the cafeteria and sit her down.
Mm-hmm.
She eats it. She's not really excited about it, but it's food. I mean, it's a lot of sugar and like salt and stuff.
But she's also had some of my holy water.
Right.
A little bit of brandy.
So it's helping her out, but you can tell that in her state, she needs a few days to recover. It's not something that's instant, but it's helping.
Okay.
I mean, she hasn't eaten in a while, so.
Can I cook one of those dead pigeons?
You can't get to them, they're outside.
Okay.
And you noticed that they were decomposing dead chickens. Or pigeons. They're not something that you'd want to eat.
And in that kitchen, do I need to roll a perception as well, or no? I already did roll a perception for any doors going outside to like a chicken coop or
there's a door going to the east.
To the east. Door to the east. Do you want a full exploration of this temple and its fun stuff?
We might as well before we leave.
Yeah, because if there's any food or people or telling us, so we're gonna go through that door. I guess we don't really need to do a perception.
So Sid would kind of walk up and he's like, "Let me get this door." So go ahead and roll a perception check for him.
She's not here. She's gonna die anyway.
He'll be watching.
Sorry,
though.
fucker. I love you, but we're gonna kill that dog. No.
Really? So you rolled real well for him.
I rolled a 17 and he has a +1.
All right. So he notices that the door is locked. It is locked with a key.
Mm-hmm.
Like old school doors don't have indoor locks. They're barred or they have just locks.
Okay.
And you haven't found a key. So go ahead and roll disable device for me.
Why is he getting all the good rolls? 23.
23. Yeah, he just pulls out his lockpick. He's like tick, 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 tick.
Click.
Click, and it on the inside. It comes on the inside.
Excuse you, Beauregard.
All right.
So
you go outside, and it's that garden that you saw. Yeah, it's muddy. There's a couple pieces of cloth, and as you look closer, they look like they are clothing, and there's nothing inside of them.
I want to take some of that. It's probably drier. On our way out, I'll grab some of the clothing from one of the bodies in there. I want to tear shreds so that we can make. If we need to have like a torch or something, we need that cloth.
Okay.
So I want to do.
Well,
that.
you guys purchased adventurers kits last time, right?
Did we?
No. Sorry, wrong campaign. Oops.
I also have I have a light spell that I can use.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Whenever.
So we saw the garden.
Yeah, you can still pick up like pieces of cloth and stuff just in case you want to set something actually on fire.
This is true. I do just have brandy.
Keep warm.
I
We
will
might
take.
need dry clothes at one point.
Well, most of the stuff in the actual cathedral, in the temple, is ripped to shreds and covered in blood.
Yeah.
It's pretty nasty. You
I
wouldn't
don't
want
think
that stuff.
I'm not going to take it.
None of this stuff you would really want.
Okay.
Unless you like look in closets and things like that.
Okay. I'm fine with heading to Golden Gate. I'm fine heading.
Yeah,
to
I'm
Golden Gate.
fine leaving this place behind.
But before we leave, I want to if there's any candles or anything that we could like turn on in this place to sort of indicate that whatever was here is gone. And maybe the community will come back out.
Check something real quick.
As beacon of safety.
Yeah. So in that hallway, there was actually a small door that you guys kind of missed. You weren't really paying attention and weren't looking.
Oh, so we still have one little door to go into.
Yeah, it's just like in that hallway where the office was.
Yeah.
There was another room right next to.
Oh, well, let's hit that door before we leave.
Okay. And as you go in there, it's a supply closet.
Monster.
It's got it's a supply closet. It's got tea lights. It's got actual candles.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them they don't look like expensive candles because
It's a
temples
temple.
use a lot of candles, so they're not going to spend a whole bunch on them. So it's not white light candles, but it's regular candles. You find actually a couple of silver candle holders, candelabras. Probably worth about like 30 gold a pop.
Do you want to really rob a temple?
It's entirely up to you guys.
Is it robbing a temple if we just like leave them at the temple and
light them?
Absolutely not. No, that's not robbing them at all.
That's what I'd like to do, just to show that this temple has been cleared.
But use
and
like
the community
the
can come
big
back.
candles, because if we use tea lights, they're gonna be out.
Oh yeah, the
in
big
30
candles.
minutes.
Right.
The big
Yeah,
candles.
there's decent sized candles.
Would burn for-
There's pillar candles
Yeah.
that they would use on each side of the altar.
Yeah.
And you can definitely pull those out. There's robes. There's dress robes.
Will any of those robes fit any of us? They seem kid-sized for me.
There are.
I'm kid-sized.
There's choir boy robes, yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And there's some regular size robes for you too. You're gonna have to root around a little bit just to find something for your slight build, but you find something in between choir boy robes and priest robes that are kind of. There are women monks and stuff too. So.
Well, I say we change.
Or we take,
Yeah,
or we
we
just
just
add
add-
robes.
Beat the fuck up. I say we change our clothes, get into nice, fresh, clean clothes.
Yeah, these are all robes. It's not like pants or anything like pants and shirts. It's all robes.
Oh.
They're very simple.
I will take a simple robe.
Okay.
Do I add that somewhere? Equipment?
Outfit change.
Right?
Because then we're not
It's
carrying.
tension at the
we're
waist,
not
it's
carrying things.
Right.
We're getting rid of our tattered, torn clothes.
Are you getting rid of your clothes?
Yeah, we're
I'm not gonna go naked.
and then just putting that on.
I have that rusty breastplate on. I'm leaving
Really?
that on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
I put it
Yeah,
in as
like-
rusty too.
I mean, like
Also,
I'm gonna
like-
keep my armor.
I'll
and
get
stuff, but
I'll clean it
Clothes-wise,
later.
in this day and age, are like now that you have somebody, it's not such a big deal usually. But normally you would keep the same clothes and mend them
As
No.
time goes
Okay.
on.
as time goes on, like until they become so tattered that you can't wear them anymore. But you're not a peasant; you have some money.
But it
So
also,
you- But clothing also takes time to make. It's not just go to a grocery store or a department store and get something. It has to be
it
made.
has to be tailored.
So, like in your brain, you would say, well, it's kind of bloody and it's ripped in a couple places, but I could probably wash it and mend it and wear it again.
Okay.
Yeah, just so you put it in your bag.
Okay.
You've all kind of got sort of a backpack, kind of, or a satchel.
Pocket.
Yeah, you have plenty of pockets. And you change into new robes that are nice and clean. They don't smell super fresh, but they're not moldy or anything. They're just a little dusty.
They smell like the inside of a closet.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
Without
these robes have
mothballs.
hoods that will cover our heads.
They do have hoods, yes.
Yes, we're all getting robes. I don't know how to get it on this though.
It's okay.
Okay. So we can be like, if we need to be incognito.
It's other wearable, and
Yeah.
it's just robe. That's all.
Let me see that here.
Taranya's gonna do the same. She would like some fresh clothes as well.
If we need to run, are we gonna trip if we're in robes? Is that something that you're gonna throw at us? You're gonna be like,
Well, no, no,
Pockets
no.
goes to run.
When you're looking
goes
for
to run and
robes,
he trips.
You obviously don't pick the ones that are gonna drag on the ground. There are
Yeah.
different sizes
Okay.
and stuff.
Yeah,
Yours
these
are a
are-
little brighter
Thank you.
than everybody else's, just because they're choir boy robes. They're not the simple. They're kind of for show, but you leave the mantle behind, and it should be all right.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, just for safety concerns, I'm gonna take my dagger and cut just so I have some.
Okay.
Because I'm not letting that trip me up in a
All right. So
future
Bacchus is wearing his
campaign.
high waters robe.
Right.
You can see his ankles. It's very scandalous.
Scandalo.
I can see Matt watching this on YouTube. He's doing, yes, smart idea, good idea.
Does Beauregard have a robe? Any doggy robes?
No.
Okay, so we've got our robes. I'm going to stash some of the longer candles as well and put them in my my backpack.
You can take a couple of them.
Take a
Like
couple
how
of them
many?
just in case.
Yeah.
I would say 5.
Okay.
I want to take like a handful of tea lights.
Okay.
And then also one of the pillar candles, just so we have long lasting.
To take with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
like,
The pillar
they're
candles are kind of awkward and heavy.
Like, well,
but-
not pillar. The ones that would go in like the candelabras.
Okay. Yeah. Just regular candles.
Regular
Okay.
candles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you collect
maybe I'll take
components.
two, so I can have.
Is it? I can't
Both
find
hands.
this candle on here.
Go into items, and then just
New item?
Yeah, candle. And then you pick an icon for it. It doesn't really matter.
Because we can also use candles to seal things, because
right.
wax is a really good thing to like.
You also know
seal.
that candle wax is completely different than sealing wax. It's way softer, and it just leaves a big mess.
I'm getting crafty.
But you, with your alchemical skills, may be able to alter it.
Alter it. Yeah.
Okay. It would take a little bit of time, but not much.
Okay.
All right. So she's looking like she's been standing for a really long time. She sits down and kind of breathes a little heavy. And are we going to leave
Yes,
soon?
we are. We're leaving.
I need to get back to my people. I've been gone for a while.
So do you want to go into the woods instead of into town more?
Oh well, if we head directly north, we'll run right into Golden Gate Forest.
But how far into Golden Gate Forest is where you need to go?
I need to go to Singorn.
How far is that from the edge of the forest?
About 45 minutes from the edge of the
Let's
forest.
do this.
Yeah.
All right.
So we head towards Singorn.
Singorn.
And meanwhile, we're looking at apple trees, maybe, or any other trees that bear fruit
Yeah, it's a
on the
city.
way. I thought we were going
Well-
to Golden Gate Forest.
Well, you haven't even got there yet.
Oh, we're still.
Well, we walked by those trees that were blooming. What was blooming?
It was greenery,
just greenery.
like small, very small buds.
Okay.
So that the bark doesn't look as dark anymore.
Okay.
It looks like it's alive and trying to regrow, but it's going to take a little while.
Okay.
It's a tree.
I'd like to do a perception check in front of us because I can see really far. Because I want to take the path where that's happening. Like, because you said in the back it's still muddy and gross and nothing's growing.
Right.
So I want to go.
Also,
the
there's no
direction where,
sunlight,
like,
and trees are very okay.
everything is.
Do a nature check for me.
starting to nature check.
Yeah.
Nature
Knowledge.
check.
Knowledge.
I ask Sid. Sid, can Beauregard
11.
smell anything in the air?
Fucking 8.
Anything ahead of us? Anything?
11.
11?
Trees live a lot longer than vegetables and things like that. So this would have held out a lot longer. So it's not something that, basic nature knowledge would tell you that, yeah, trees are going to start blooming back first, and then you're going to have to plant seeds for everything else. Is he going to use speak with animals or not?
I just
Beauregard
said smelly
can't-
things.
Beauregard can't talk.
I'm at, well, oh yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta figure out something to make
And
Beauregard talk.
he can only use it once a day, so...
Yeah.
Oh, well then fuck that. Well, but dogs know, 50 commands? This dog must know at least a command for smell anything, boy?
You have to train him.
Oh. Is there a way that we can do that?
Yeah, over time.
Over time? How do we do that?
He levels up with you guys.
Yeah, fuck it. Did he level up the last time?
You're only at level 1.
Did he get any experience points?
Yeah, he will level up with Sid.
Oh, okay, the same, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, well let's move gaily forward.
Yeah, you've had this dog for less than a day and a half. So you can't expect it to know all your commands and be do whatever you want.
We went through some shit. We bonded very quickly.
A day and a half.
Shit.
it's by your side and it's letting Sid ride him, but he's still you just got this dog. You gotta train him. You gotta get to know him. You gotta spend time with him. So you head north?
Yes.
Okay. How are you doing this? Are you just gonna walk? Are you gonna be stealthy? Are you gonna take your time?
We're
Are you
going to
gonna-
just walk.
Just walk.
Yes.
Okay. So it is still very dark outside. You're still having kind of a hard time seeing.
I light a candle.
Huh?
I want to light a candle.
All right.
Light spell.
Or do you want to do a
Save
light
the
spell?
candle.
Is
Cast
this
light.
Is this like a cantrip?
Mhm.
You can do it as many times as you want. Light spell that shit. I
On
want to
what?
save my candle.
The rusty ass shield that we have.
Are you taking that with you?
Oh, the heavy steel shield.
Are you carrying that shield with you?
Oh God.
No. No. If it's rusty and heavy, then
Well, it's not rusty.
It is
It's-
rusty. If you got it from you got it from the guy, so it's rusty.
Okay, I didn't put
Um,
rusty.
Yeah. It's all very rusty.
what
all the
about?
armor.
So, light travels through water, so what about the vial that we
You
have?
can,
We have
yeah,
a
you
couple
just have to
vials
cast
of
it
light.
on something.
Yeah.
It's not just, glowing ball of
Or
light.
liquid.
Oh, it
Well,
doesn't do that?
Well, we
No.
have like we have.
What about a
It's like
Tarania?
dancing lights.
Tarania, can you give us light?
Let me see.
Is there maybe there's a different spell that she can cast, like a ball of light or something?
I'm looking. No, I'm sorry, I don't have any light spells at all.
Let's just use one of the glass vials that we have, and
Okay. Well, I don't have any more glass vials. I gave her my last
I
one.
had the oil and
Oh, okay.
all that stuff.
Or maybe we just light the brandy up.
No.
I mean,
We're
it
wasting
just
it.
glows it. It doesn't actually catch fire.
It doesn't do anything to it, it just makes it glow
Okay.
for a certain amount of time. You're gonna carry a bottle of brandy out in front of you?
Well, I don't want anybody to destroy the brandy.
You can cast it on a weapon. You can cast it
Oh.
on. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so I cast
So you
light
cast it
on
on.
his-
You cast it on your dagger.
Yeah.
It's. Let's see, what time of day would it be? It was nighttime, so it's like afternoon. It's not really helping much. I mean, there's still ambient light from over the darkness where whatever this is. It's not making anything any brighter or darker.
It's giving us some help.
A little bit, but not much. I mean, it's a light spell, so it would only like light something up within 30 feet. And if you have low light vision, you can see that far anyway. But you and Sid, you and Tatiana see a little bit better in the area. You're it's a little bit easier for you to see.
How about I go 30 feet in front of that, and then I can see an additional 30
You can
feet.
also send Sid, who's very good at being sneaky.
Sneaky. Well, maybe we should transfer something. What is Sid wearing? I don't know.
He's just wearing his regular
Sid's,
armor.
let's just illuminate all of Sid. Does it have to be animated, or does it have to be a thing to be lit
You
up?
can light up his armor.
Let's light up all of Sid's armor and tell that little fucker to go forward. Beauregard. No?
I mean, I don't know if Sid would.
If he's being very stealthy,
Like, he's
though,
more
like
he's
stealth.
glowing
Like a fucking beacon.
Okay.
So
Alright,
it's
so
it's probably not best to have him all lit up,
Yeah.
because then he can't sneak up on something.
Okay.
Fine. An emotional eater. Alright, so get some stuff.
I mean, do you want him to
Well,
stealth ahead?
Yeah, let's stealth him ahead.
Okay.
And
Roll stealth check. Is
And
he
then-
taking Bo with him or not?
yes, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, both. Wait.
Roll a d20.
Oh yeah, Bo can go.
We'll roll a d20. Even G stays, odd G goes.
Oh, roll a d20.
Mhm.
Even.
Straight. Even.
Even.
All right, so he stays with you guys. He stays right next to you.
Okay, so so now Sid's gonna stealth. Oh, what the fuck? 16.
16. You guys see him go. You can kind of see his shadow move up ahead
Okay.
a little bit. He's not the stealthiest, but he thinks he is.
Hey, you know.
He goes in, he tries to hide in the shadows. You can kind of see him scurry from shadow to shadow. He's harder to see than usual, but
Is he humming his own theme music as he goes from shadow to shadow?
I wouldn't doubt it. Go ahead and roll a perception for Sid. It's been about half an hour. You're moving kind of
Oh my god.
because Tarania can't really.
So that means we're only 15 minutes away.
Seriously? 20.
Well, you're moving slow, so it'll take you a little less than twice as long.
Who's moving slow?
She is.
Just
Oh, okay.
She's exhausted.
kill her.
20
Just kill
for
her.
perception.
Okay.
Wait.
So, up ahead, Sid sees some shadows moving.
Okay.
And it looks to be a group of like 3 or 4 shadows moving. Like forms, like humanoid forms.
Okay, so he stealths back to the group
Mm-hmm.
and tells them that there's 3 or 4 shadows ahead of us.
Mm-hmm.
Do we move to avoid? Do we engage? Do we throw a stone and see if they follow the stone?
I'm like, we haven't been attacked yet, and we're gonna play for like an hour.
So you're all in a cluster.
Yeah.
Go ahead and who's in front besides
Me, because I have the furthest.
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me. Lots of perception checks today.
16 and 7, so
23.
23.
Okay, you can kind of start hearing mumbled voices,
Oh, that's a good indication.
and as they get, you start seeing them now. You start seeing them now, out of the darkness coming towards you, and there's 3 or 4 humanoid forms, and they're not walking quickly. They're walking kind of slow. It looks like they're kind of trying to be cautious.
I want to yell up. Who goes there? Reveal yourself. Who goes there?
What? Is there somebody out here?
Yeah, we're out here. Who the hell are you?
Who are you?
I asked you first.
They walk up to you, and it's 4 humans. They're
Okay.
kind of hanging, like they're walking very close together. They've got boards in their hands. Like one of them's got a board, one's got a shovel. Like, what are you doing out here?
It was like we're headed towards Golden Gate Forest.
All
Where are
right.
you
Well,
going?
I mean, it would be the safest place besides your home. Well, we are trying to
Are you pillaging this?
we're
Are you
trying to like help people.
Uh,
Do a sense motive.
what's this? What's that?
Yeah.
To
I
see
don't
if you
trust
believe
that.
them or not.
Oh, okay. 18 plus 6. That is 14.
He's totally lying. You can see like
It's
there's a couple of things in his pockets kind of sticking
24.
out. One of them kind of looks like jewelry, like cheap jewelry, but yeah.
Whatever.
Wait.
Bye, girl.
Let's fucking roll these bitches. They're robbing. Let's rob them. We don't know where it came from.
Yeah, but they can beat us up.
No, they couldn't. We've
They
just.
might.
They might.
We are level 1.
That's
Also,
true.
what if the stuff that they have has some type of fucking voodoo curse on it?
Let's ask them if they have any food. Can you spare any food and water?
We ain't got no food.
How
We
about
live
water?
right around here.
There's a
We don't need to
loaf
bring
of bread
food
in
with
your
us.
pocket.
There's a loaf of bread in your pocket.
You're a liar.
There is not.
Then what's that?
He's just
None of
happy
your
to see you.
business. I
Um.
found it. It's fine.
So. So they see all of us, including like Sid. Like Sid
Yeah.
is-
Sid didn't try to hide.
Okay.
Hey, wait a minute. I recognize that dog.
Run.
We've been made.
Where'd you get that dog?
It came to us.
Did it now?
Yes.
I gotta look up his name. Shit.
Oh, these shopkeep.
Yeah.
Tiddlywinks or something. I don't know. It's something weird.
I saw that in Skinner's backyard. It was all tied up. He never takes that for a walk.
Well, then maybe that's why the dog came with us.
Maybe. It's gonna.
Why don't you mind your own business?
Don't tell me what to do. I live
You
here.
just told us what
Who
to
are
do.
you?
We're leaving.
Fine. We're leaving too.
One last question.
No.
One last question. We'll give you an answer.
All right.
What's behind you? Did you see any monsters or anything? Is there anything behind you?
Well, I saw something real scary like, and then we walked away as fast as we could without being noisy.
Where was it?
Behind us, you asked.
How far?
I don't remember. It was moving, and we were moving.
This way? Was the thing moving this way?
It wasn't following us.
Oh, that's a plus. Ah, well, behind us, the temple.
No, that's enough questions. We're out of here. You don't look very nice.
Well,
We're
Oh,
leaving.
coming from the thieves. Okay.
Yeah.
And they kind of walk off, like they
Sid,
walk by with their hands like kind of around their pockets, so we kind of side eye.
Sid's gonna use his stealth and snag some food
Like,
as they walk by.
yeah.
Oh, can we
He's
get a
gonna
pocket?
Sleight of
pickpocket
hand.
Pickpocket, go for it. Yeah, slide a hand.
Yeah.
them.
I have a +2. Who has a +2?
Oh, it's
Sleight of
Sid.
hand. I have +5.
Ooh, maybe
It's
you should
Sid.
Oof,
Really?
12.
12?
Yeah.
Well, there's more. There's 3 of them. I want to roll one too.
Yeah, but it's in general.
Oh.
All right.
Fucking Sid.
I mean, unless someone. No. Can't help.
No, like as they're walking away, the third guy's kind of like lagging behind, staring, and Sid kind of walks up to him and reaches out his hand. Hey, what are you doing? You trying to steal from me? And go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh God.
Son of a bitch!
God.
We'll make things go there.
This is horrible.
All of us, right?
Everyone.
Initiative.
Ugh.
Yeah. Wait, where's the initiative?
I see it. Almost the bottom right here. Combat. I wish this gray part was darker, so it could like this like gray part.
17.
Mine is
17 for
13,
pockets.
13 for Omi.
Okay, Tatiana
Oh, 10.
and Sid.
11.
Wow.
I rolled a 7 and an 8, and we had the same.
What
about
we had the
Beauregard?
same initiative.
What about Beauregard?
Beauregard goes at the same time as Sid.
Sorry, Sid.
And me and Sid have the same initiative, so
You do have the same?
Bitch.
yeah. Oh, yeah. So
I thought you
that's
said
I rolled
10,
a 7
11.
and an 8. I rolled a 7 for myself with a +3. I rolled an 8 for him with a +3. So like that's why it's like 10 and 11.
Okay, that's not the same then. 10
No,
and 11 are
no, we
different
had the same
numbers.
initiative.
The same
Modifier.
Modifier.
Thank
yes.
you. I'm like, no, you don't.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know either. That's what this is. Yeah, they're not labeled. You don't know what you get. The mystery bag of chocolate.
No, that's really good. It's like, try that. What does it look like? Nougat? I don't know what it is.
All right. So the second one turns around,
Not
lifts his
caramel,
shovel
not
up,
nougat.
and takes a swing at Sid.
What?
For a 12.
No.
Okay. Sid just moves right out of the way.
Really cold.
It's your turn, Pockets.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, they're coming at you? Or just one
They're
guy?
they're coming at you guys.
And there's 3 of them, right?
There's 3 of them.
Okay.
I'm gonna. What am I gonna do?
These guys look like normal people, by the way. They're not.
They're not ninjas.
Yeah.
Well,
before
since they're moving,
Mm-hmm.
and I have. Oops. Go away. My sleight of hand is +5. While he goes to lunge, I'm gonna go and grab the food that he has in his pocket, or I'm just gonna grab what's in his pocket.
Oh, you're gonna try? Okay. So do a CMB. So that plus your CMB.
This plus CMB.
Yes.
CMB is
It's
Towards the
combat.
bottom.
It's under combat.
1. 8.
8. Yeah, you try to reach and he moves away from you. Omi.
Are there pieces or for these initiatives?
We're just gonna play it out. It's a brawl.
It's a brawl.
Yeah.
I'm going to intimidate.
Which one?
Can I intimidate as a group? No?
No, they've spread out.
The biggest one.
So number 1. Okay.
And I'm going to brandish. What do I have here? Hold on a second. I have my short sword right now. I'm going to pull my short sword and I'm going to raise my voice. I'm going to say, we are armed. Wait, 1. Sorry, I only have 2. Fuck, it's not really great.
What are you gonna say?
I'm going to say, we are armed. We are armed. We are armed. We have magic, and we have a very large dog.
Okay. And what'd you roll?
2.
He's like, you're not very large, and you won't be when we are done with you. All right, Sid, it's your turn. It's Sid's turn.
Are you going to say governor after that accent?
No.
Okay. So I guess he's
I'm
gonna.
having a hard enough time keeping the accent and not switching it over to something else.
I guess he's gonna attack
The fat
the
one.
one that just tried to hit him with a shovel.
Okay. So number 2
With an 11.
hits.
No, 1d3 minus 1. What the hell?
Yeah. Is that his dagger or is that his sickle?
That's his dagger.
He's probably carrying his sickle, so switch it out.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Because
using
I'm
the sickle a lot.
Yeah.
He just hadn't switched over to.
He hasn't been hitting anything with it because it keeps getting stuck in everything.
Yeah, the sickle's fucking cursed.
Okay, 1d4 minus 1. It's still the same attack bonus, so it's still an 11. With 2 points of damage.
All right.
Yes, bitch.
He's still standing, but he takes a big gash and is like, "Oh, what'd you do that for?"
You tried to hit me with a shovel, bitch.
Tatiana, it's your turn.
Which one am I
I have to do a
closest to?
different voice.
No, I can't use a different voice.
No, he has to use
No,
a
I
different
have to
voice.
use a different voice. Well, I don't know what it sounds like.
Sounds exactly like that.
Which one am I closest to?
It doesn't matter. Pick one.
I'm
It's a brawl. Everybody's all over everybody.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the same one that Sid just hit.
Okay.
Hopefully. We'll see if I actually hit.
He always sounds like he's having.
Oh,
sex
yeah,
with
15?
himself.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For 3 points of damage.
And what are you hitting him with?
My rapier.
Your rapier? Okay,
Like
you
right
reach
in the
in and
shoulder.
you, you stab him, and it goes a little too low.
Oh, wow.
And all of a sudden, he falls to the ground.
Oh!
We killed the local.
My bad.
We killed the townie.
Like, he's dead? Or, like...
He's down.
He's down as in dead, or is in down as in ow?
Down as in, like, unconscious, bleeding on the
Okay.
ground.
So if I like, killed him, he'd be fine.
Right. And as you do that, the big one, the leader guy, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! We ain't trying to hurt nobody! We're just trying to knock you out so we can take your stuff! What the hell? Roger!" And he just, like, throws down his bat, or his board, and goes over and starts, like, pulling the guy. "Whatever! Just take what you want! We ain't trying to hurt nobody like that!"
So we have advantage over them right now?
So yeah, that's his turn. It's the third guy's turn, and he's gonna do the same thing. He's just kind of like hands up.
So they've surrendered.
Yeah, they've surrendered. They're like,
Okay.
"Whatever you want, just don't kill Roger."
Take the shit.
Alright, so we're gonna take all their shit.
Take the shit first.
Take
You got all the
their
shit?
Do we get all their shit? How do we get their shit?
Yeah, they're just like, "Here it is. We don't care."
What
And
is
they
it?
throw like a board and a baseball bat and a shovel, and they've got some like cheap jewelry. They've got some
Any food, any water.
no, they don't.
They had a loaf of bread.
No. He said they had a loaf of bread. I never did. There's a few like, there's maybe like 20 silver pieces at most.
Good. Well, still.
And that's about it. Like, "We ain't got nothing else. Roger!" And he's like trying to put his hand over the wound.
So,
And
there was a bat, a board, and a shovel.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna
Alright,
get
I
him
go-
a piece of cloth to.
I go over and
He's gonna
heal
heal
him.
him.
Yeah.
All right. Are you gonna like use healing on him to stop the bleeding, or are you gonna actually spend a spell? And as you do this, Taranya comes out from the back, and she's like, "I'm kind of ashamed of you, all of you," and walks over and casts Cure Light Wounds on him.
Okay. Well, I was gonna do that, but
Heals him, gets up. "Take your friend and go home, and don't come back out. Stay inside until it's safe."
Oh,
Right.
thanks, Mom.
Right, all right. And they pick up Roger and hoist him between the two of them and just take off.
Before they start going, I want to kick Roger once.
oh wow.
He's fine. Taranya, whatever. Mom.
You guys are awful. What's your alignment?
Do I even have it listed anywhere? Hold on, let me look this up.
I mean, I was literally aiming for his shoulder.
Where is the alignment at?
It's at the very top.
That's what I'm looking at. It doesn't say anything. Oh, alignment, LN. What does that mean?
Lawful neutral. So you're just
I'm like Sergeant Slaughter. Lawful neutral.
yeah, but you follow the law, so killing innocents is not part of
I
the
didn't
law.
poke him. You did poke him.
I was trying to stab him in the shoulder.
Yeah.
I just
Shut
kicked
up.
him.
He shipped it.
Yeah.
Well, now that they're gone, let's go. I need
Alright.
to get home.
Tarania, this beast that they speak of, this thing shuffling, this dangerous thing that they say they saw behind us. Do you know anything of it?
No, not at all. I've been gone for a while. I've been in the crypt. I didn't even know it was dark outside.
All right.
Gaily forward.
I mean, it's been like 2-3 days since this has happened. Since you've noticed this whole change outside. It hasn't been that long.
I could kick you too, Tarania.
I'd like to see you try.
Bitches, what?
So you get to the edge of the forest, and it is a sight to behold. You've not seen this part of the city yet. It is a wall of forest. Like, streets stop, and it is a wall of forest. There are places in between the trees that people could get through. You just prepping to roll that die? Just prepping it?
Prepping to do a perception check for M. Night Shyamalan.
So I'm rolling die from now on.
And you... The trees are actually pretty tall. They're about the height of a 3-story building. You can't really see through. The brush is kind of dense as well, and it looks dark, but probably only because the sun is glazed over. The trees look vibrant. They look alive. You can actually hear for the first time, like, animal sounds.
That's what I was going to ask. Okay.
Look up Beauregard's ears. Have they gone up?
Have they gone up?
They haven't actually gone up, but he's kind of looking around like he can hear things now, which is a huge
indication of good things are going on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these guys that are behind, we suddenly made it to the forest real quick. I thought behind them there was more beasts, and there might be that thing shuffling around, but...
Well, it was between them and the forest.
Oh, but it seems to have...
Because if we're walking this, it could have gone like this way, or it could have gone...
Yeah, they didn't say which direction. You asked if it was following them, and they said no.
So let's go in.
Let's go into the forest.
Right. Game?
Marching order.
Me first, because I see the first.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and do a perception check.
18.
18 plus?
7, I think? Yep, 7.
Okay, yeah, so you can see shadows moving in between the trees. But there's something about this place that doesn't trigger your danger sense. It's kind of calm here. It's kind of... And in the back of your head, you kind of hear a humming sound. It's not just you. It's not an overwhelming thing. It's kind of you have to kind of concentrate on it. And as you look around, as you're like entering the forest and looking around, you notice that it's not coming from a single source. It's actually coming from the trees, from the ground, from the canopy, from the roots and the shrub and all that stuff that's around. And you can tell, like in your elven part, that this is a really healthy forest.
Okay.
It's very safe. And there's not things in here that are going to try to do you harm unless you do it harm.
So we stay here forever.
We stay here forever.
Game over. Well, I wanna look at her eyes and see if things have changed now that she's back.
Feel a breath of air.
No, so she hasn't actually, like, her eyes stay kind of milky, but she breathes a little bit deeper, and she kind of sighs, and like in the back of her breath, and then she looks around a little bit.
Tarania, can you feel what I'm feeling?
Oh yes, this is my forest. I grew up here. Yes, it's definitely a welcome sight, but there is more to do, unfortunately, than just take it all in. The gods should be here soon. Don't worry, you're with me. And she looks in a couple of places, and it looks like she's actually looking at things directly. And as you keep moving in a little bit, you come to a small clearing. It's very peaceful. It's dark now. But you can see lights kind of in the distance. The stars, for some odd reason right here, you can actually see the stars. It's very peaceful. And out of the trees come elves. about 4 of them, all dressed in green chitinous armor. They blend in with the forest very well. It's green with like browns and golds, and it kind of moves with them. There's not a lot of light here, but you notice that if it was daylight, it would reflect as if like reflecting off of fresh dewed leaves and things like that. It's very beautiful. It's very fluid. And instead of asking any questions, they just surround the 4 of you, and Taranya keeps walking.
I sheathe my sword and act as non-threatening as possible.
Okay. Okay.
Do these elves, since I'm half elf, humans don't really like me, elves don't really like me, can they sense that
They ignore you completely. They ignore all of you but Taranya. They actually come in, look at her, take positions up around her. Because you are around her, they take positions around you. 2 in the front, 2 in the back. But they, I mean, you haven't stopped walking, so they're not threatening or anything like that.
They're an escort, basically. Well, do they offer her any food or water or anything?
No.
Do you see her condition?
No, and you notice that since she stepped into the woods, she's standing a little bit taller. She isn't showing any weakness. She still looks very gaunt. For elves, that's really gaunt. But she seems to be a little bit stronger, and you don't know if it's because she's putting on a face or if she actually feels like if the Song of the Force is actually helping her.
Tranya, you said that this is your home. Like, did you just, like, were you born here, or do you have any kind of importance here? Like, are you...
A little bit of both.
Are you a queen?
I am not a queen, but I'd rather not discuss it out here. Just follow me. We'll be fine. Everything will be all right. And she walks, and she leads you through the forest. She seems to know exactly where she's going. There's no, like, flaw in her step. She constantly moves forward, sometimes around certain things, but she never trips. And it's getting pretty dark. You're having a hard time seeing. All of you are. And she just keeps walking in front. She raises a hand. She says, Tatiana, you might want to light the way. It will get very dark soon, before it gets lighter.
Okay.
For your friends and for yourself.
I cast light on. I guess my rapier is kind of skinny.
Whatever, it still provides the same amount of light.
Yeah, I cast it on my rapier.
Okay. As you pull out your rapier, you hear kind of a shh, and you see her hand go up one more time, and you hear a click. You light your rapier up, and you light it up, and the light, it's not a flickering light, it's a very steady light.
Like a nightlight.
Yes, but as the elves move, you see the light flickers off of their armor, and it's actually quite beautiful. In a austere kind of way. She leads you in for another half an hour or so, and eventually you come to a lake. You come out of the forest into a large, extremely large clearing, and there's a lake in front of you, and in the center of the lake is an island. It's also very large. And as you look at it, you see trees, and nothing like you've ever seen before. Imagine a redwood 50 feet around, rising out of the floor of this island. And it looks like the island is a large hill, and the trees in the center are larger than the ones on the outside. Looking up, so it's a very large canopy over the top.
Okay.
And as you look up, you notice that there looks to be an entire city district in the top of these trees. It's all lit up. It's sparkling. It's like nothing you've ever seen before. It looks like Christmas gone crazy up top. Lights everywhere, twinkling, steady lights. And around the trunks are large walkways that lead all the way up. Some of them are very wide, some of them are very narrow. And she leads you to a bridge that actually crosses over the lake onto the island.
Okay, we keep following, I guess.
All right.
Do we want to... I hope we're not going up these stairs, but there's a lift or something. Like the Ewoks, they have a little lift. What's that? I'm not doing stairs.
Yeah, you are. You get up to the other side of the bridge, and the water of the lake is very calm, but it kind of moves. Normal, sparkling with tree lights and stuff like that. And you get to the bottom of the other side of the bridge, and the guards that were walking with you kind of back off a little bit. And Taranya lowers her hood, takes off the robe. She's wearing clothes underneath. Lays it on the ground, or hands it to one of the guards, and snaps her finger, and 4 more elves come out of the tree line, and they're not quite the same dressed as the others. Their armor isn't as heavy; it's very much lighter, but it's very much more ornate as well. And these guards have swords on their left hips. They have daggers on their right. There's 2 daggers on the right, and one of them carries a spear with a flag, with a sunburst on it. He walks up to Taranya. My lady, you've returned at last. Your father desperately needs to see you. And she looks down at him, kind of over her nose. Take me to him. They'll be joining us. So they lead you up, they flank you again, and they lead you up. And it takes a while. It takes about 15-20 minutes to get up this tree. It's really big. Let me go ahead and switch over.
I need a healing spell for my quads.
For your feet?
My feet, calves, quads.
All right. So as she walks, she says, "Welcome to the Singorn District, home of the elves, last bastion of hope in the city of San Francisco." Upon reaching the top of the trunk, before the branches have started, you're met. Oh wait, sorry, already did that. Blah, 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 blah. So you finally get into the branches, and the branches here have woven together magically to form. You get to the top of the tree, and you go through a large gate, and it leads out into what looks like an amphitheater. And over the amphitheater, branches have been magically woven together, and there are specific dots of light. And with your light, and there's actually small gemstones around that give off light as well. And with the reflection, it looks like the gemstones in the ceiling are reflecting the stars in the sky. In the center sits a table surrounded by 4 chairs. Alone on the second to the right chair is a tall elf about 6'4". When you walk in, he stands with a look of surprise and relief. He rushes to Taranya and almost gushes. "You've returned, but how? We had thought you lost. Who are these people?" "They are my saviors, father. They returned to me whence I belong. Please do not judge, but rejoice. I have returned to maintain our orb. I also bring the salvation of our city. These adventurers not only fought off the evils spreading in our city, they purified the orb after corruption." The large elf looks at you with suspicion and then resignation. You see these emotions briefly, and then a stern, authoritative look comes over him. "My name is Alvaro Lenoxia, High Council member. I thank you for returning my daughter. Beyond that, I know not of you. If you can truly purge the orbs of corruption, then you are a god sent. If not, you may have the reward promised, and then you may leave. Either way, you may stay the night and recover. Tertius! Show these strangers to our guest room. They look tired." As you are led away, you notice Taranya looks perplexed and unsure of herself. Tertius steps up. Average elf, brown hair, pointy ears, kind of thin looking. Brown robe, nothing special. He's got a small tabard over it with a sunburst in the middle, white, with a gold sunburst in the middle. "Please follow me." As you look back, you notice that Taranya all but collapses in his arms. She is out of strength, out of everything. She is exhausted.
What's the name of the priest that just took us away? The what's his name?
Tertius?
Tertius. Tertius, we must bathe and cleanse our bodies, and maybe you could help us mend our clothing and armor.
Fear not, we are on our way.
Word.
As you follow Tertius, he leads you down winding hallways all lined with wood. Small alcoves pocket the walls, and you notice, many different knickknacks in them. Looking closer, you see that though many are not made of valuable materials, the craftsmanship is exquisite. One particular figure is of a beautifully formed bonsai tree, but instead of leaves, it bears tiny green emeralds. Another is a wooden bowl that seems to intertwine with different colored pieces of stone. Does anybody want to look any closer or do an appraisal check or?
Really can't take
appraisal.
Yeah, I don't really want to take anything there.
No, I know.
Well, yeah. Let's just look and see.
Okay.
Is there a little what is it right here?
My appraisal is +7.
Mine's 0, so you may go ahead.
15.
22.
Yep.
Okay. You're looking at some of these things. The craftsmanship is exquisite. This would be something that if you could afford it, it would be like in a place of honor in your home. Go ahead and do a nature check for me.
It's like a Tiffany's.
It's under knowledge, right? 6.
6. You don't know how they've done this, but everything looks almost organic. It looks grown together. The bonsai tree, the bottom of it is wood, but somehow the emerald leaves look like they literally grew out of the tree. You don't know how they were attached or anything like that. Does anybody else have knowledge nature?
I have a star next to that. What does that mean?
That means it's a class.
It's a class thing.
Class skill.
Yeah. I have no knowledge of shit.
I mean, I have a +1, and Sid has a +2.
Okay, go ahead and roll for Sid.
Why is he getting all the good rolls? 21.
All right. So Sid walks over and he's like, "Really? Really? Guys, you gotta look at this. They're tree singers.
What's a tree singer?
It's like this really rare gift. Like, even elves, it's rare. And it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like you sing and the wood does what you want it to do. Like, it kind of grows the way you want, or it shapes itself the way you want. This is amazing."
Wow.
Cool. It's dope. Does it imbue any of these things with magic or something? Or
Well, no, the magic is actually doing it.
So is it just art? It's
Well, I
creating
mean,
art.
you can do art, but you can also make weapons out of special woods and make them harder than normal.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Whoever did these, wow.
I wonder who that tree singer. Can we ask the guy who's our guide right now?
Tersus?
Tersus.
He kind
Tersus.
of like he's standing there, kind of waiting for you.
Tersus, who is the tree singer?
I don't know. These are very ancient. They're very old. We haven't had a tree singer among us in decades.
Oh.
More like millennia, actually.
I'm more of a
also
shrub
a
tickler.
Taurus, and which means I'm an Earth sign, and I
see
was
this-
born in May, and Emerald is my gemstone.
I see a lot of this shit lining up here.
But that's just one of the actual pieces. I mean, there's pieces
Everywhere.
all down this hallway. They're not all as exquisite as the tree in the bowl,
Mm.
but you can definitely tell that people have tried, and even he'll tell you, like, Tersus, even minor tree singers, even if they exist, their work goes for thousands of gold.
Mm.
It's a very rare gift.
Well, I heard the humming of the trees when we walked in, so
I think it's
guys,
Beauregard.
I think.
You don't really half elf. All elves hear it.
Oh, how rude. Well, carry on, Tersus, my friend.
All right. So he leads you down the winding hallways. He leads you to a room and asks you to make yourself at home. The room is spacious with 4 beds The decor is very organic. The beds and headboards are made of wood and look to be sung into intricate weaves and spirals. They also seem to sprout large branches over them and still growing leaves that create a canopy of soft green light that flow in the air like silk. Meals will be brought to you. Please make yourself at home. The bathing room is to the left. Tertius states as he leaves the room. As the door clicks, you begin to hear a faint hum near the entrance.
We all hear the hum?
Yeah.
Can I detect magic?
Yeah.
Can I detect magic?
Alright, yeah. The whole door glows. It's a little bit brighter around the knob and around a small gem right above the knob.
So there's some kind of magic on the door, guys. Like especially on the knob and the little jewel above it.
It's a lock? A magic lock?
Probably.
Protection.
I think so.
They're protecting us.
They're keeping
Or
us in here
they're locking us in.
to make sure we don't wander. It's fine. So do we take off our robes, and is there like somewhere to wash or clean up, or?
Yeah, he said there was a bathing room to the left.
Let's get to bathing.
I'm gonna wait for you guys to bathe, and then I'll bathe by myself.
While you're
the girl.
Or
Yeah.
me and Beauregard will go.
Well, I'm gonna say, hold up a second, because we grabbed a piece of wood from those guys, and I want to see if I might have some sort of gift.
Okay.
I want to try and make this wood do something.
Okay. How are you gonna do it? Like, how are you going to channel your energy?
It's really a nature thing, isn't it? Probably.
I mean, it's not. It's a skill check. So do a crafting check.
9, 12.
12. So you sit and you concentrate, and this is basically a board. Unfortunately, you can't hear anything from the board. You can't feel anything special from it.
Maybe the board is too dead.
And as you put the board down, you put your hand on the actual bed, and you feel something from the bed. You gather that the wood has to be alive for you to work it. And concentrating on the bed, you can feel something in there, but right now you're not strong enough to get at that and work at it. But it might be a possibility later on down the road.
I'm gonna shower and rub it out.
Alright, I'm in the shower.
So entering the bathing area, you see a sunken tub large enough to fit at least 5 people, with the slow, lazy steam rising from the water. As you look closer, you see that the tiles used to line the tub are small and create a wave pattern that almost looks real. As you walk to the tub, the pattern seems to move as rolling waves on the beach. First in, and then out. The tub is fed from a small fountain on the opposite side, and you are unsure how the water is pumped to such a height. So you're going to take a bath?
I'm cannonballing in.
Alright.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, you're small enough that it's like a big old pool.
It's a big old pool for me.
Seriously, I never want to leave this place, guys.
So I undress and I leave my things to the side, but there's no one going to take and clean my stuff, though. Yeah. Okay. So I get in the thing, and I begin.
Oh, you do cannonball?
Cannonball.
Do an acrobatics check for me.
Oh, I got 4 on acrobatics. Yeah. That's 9 plus 4, 13.
Okay, it's a decent cannonball.
Yeah.
I mean, the water kind of goes up and over the side of the tub, and it looks like there's drains that actually drain it back into or down. Mm-hmm. So it's not like super wet, and it's not actually. The weird part about this tile is that it almost feels like sand on the outside of the tub. Even though it looks smooth and shiny, it's not slippery.
Cool.
So you get in, it's nice and warm, it's perfect temperature. It's almost hot tub temperature, but just a little bit below because you don't want to fall asleep in there.
Right.
So you get in, the other 2 get in as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys get in,
yeah,
do your thing.
Except for the young lady.
As you're sitting there,
No,
a knock on the door happens, and a slight elvish woman walks in. You hear the humming stop when she walks in.
Okay.
She closes the door and it begins again.
Okay.
I'm here to take any laundry or anything like that. And she's got like this big armful of towels, like the biggest, fluffiest, softest. You needed this at the end of the day towels.
Okay.
And she sets them at the foot of one of the beds. Can I take any clothing that needs to be mended or cleaned or?
I yell from the bathtub, "My stuff's on the floor near the door."
She walks
Thank
over to the door of
you.
the bathroom and picks it up without looking at you. She keeps her head lowered.
I did say thank you.
Yeah, I want to give her the breastplate to like
Take the
try to,
rest off.
shine up
of it,
and
shine it up.
All right. And she kind of like tries to use her fingers to drag it because it's kind of gross, but
Yeah.
instead just like flips it over, puts all the dirty clothes in there, and you can see she's having a hard time carrying it all out. She knocks on the door.
Thank you.
Food will be ready in a moment. And she knocks on the door. The door opens from the outside. She leaves, closes, and it starts humming again.
So we
let's exchange.
we get off, and then you
Beauregard
go
and
in,
Tatiana.
and then
Shower.
yeah. So we yeah, okay.
So
So there's something to change into, like a robe. Or
there's
something.
like bathrobes, yeah.
Bathrobes, okay,
And
sure.
they're very large on you and Sid, but they're super comfy and super
But Beauregard
soft.
is going in with you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they're in for shower.
Yeah, Beauregard.
We knock on the door, and the elf comes back and gets her stuff. Whatever.
No, nobody
No.
comes back in after you. knock on
She
the
took all the clothes.
She took everything.
Even yours? Oh, you were wearing a robe. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good. I just didn't know if she's gonna come get your stuff.
No, she already took everything.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
While we're waiting around, I'd like to do a perception check because I felt something from the bed. So I want to like open drawers and see if I can.
You want to look
Yeah,
around the
like
bed and
anything.
see if there's anything special about them?
Yeah, or like any. I mean, I'm assuming everything's made from wood, right? So I want to like see. I want to open up drawers. I want to see if there's anything in here that.
Okay, so go ahead and do a perception check.
15 and 7, 22.
22. So you look around. The beds are beds. You felt something song-wise from them, but not really like any special mechanisms or anything like that. And in order to feel the song, you have to actually really concentrate on it. It's not coming naturally to you. You look around. There are a couple dressers, one on each side of the room. They contain the robes that you're wearing, some slippers, some extra like hanging implements. It looks like this is more of it is a guest room / diplomatic guest room. So there is also a changing table / like if you need to put on makeup or look. And there's a small mirror, but nothing. It's elaborate in its simpleness. It's not overly. Yeah. It is very simplistic Art Deco.
Okay.
Just everything looks very organic and set in. It's not like you could pull the desk or anything away from the walls. It looks like it's made from the walls, almost.
Okay. Do we? I guess we wait and rest.
Are you gonna wait till she gets out before, or no?
We're just gonna. Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
just.
let's just rest.
Let's just rest. I mean, there's different places for all of us to sleep.
Short
it's not
rest.
just one.
Well, maybe short rest.
Okay, so you're hanging out on the beds. Tatiana. Taranya. Tatiana.
Yeah.
No, I knew that was going to get confusing real fast. Comes out of the bath in a robe, or wrapped in a towel. You grab a robe. It's all nice and comfy and soft. You clean your hair. You and Sid get Beauregard all dried off, and he's kind of poofy and fluffy, and like his fur's really soft now. Yeah. And he licks you upside the face, just really happy. And about 30 minutes go by and a knock at the door comes. Moments later, a being you have not seen before enters the room. A figure about 5'10" stands before you holding a tray of fruits, nuts, and cheeses. She's a woman like none other. She stands on stark white goat legs and has short horns protruding from her head.
She's a fawn.
She also has a short tail that swishes playfully. Her green eyes sparkle in her beautiful face. Her hair falls gracefully around her horns and ears. Hello! I was told we had guests, but I didn't believe the rumors. A half-elf and a gnome and a halfling and a human all in Singorn? Wow. Together, that's pretty crazy. And such a beautiful animal as well. How did you come by him? Did you really save the princess? Did you really purify an orb? Are you going to save the city as well? She stops speaking and shakes her head. I'm so sorry. I must be rambling. You must be hungry. She shuts the door behind her and places the tray on the table. You hear the humming begin as soon as the door is closed. She sets it down.
What's your name?
My name's Nokomis. What's yours?
My name's Omi. Nice to meet you, Nokomis.
Nice to meet you.
You have a lot of fun energy.
You're
I like
really
you.
short.
Thank you.
I don't see a lot of short people around here. They're all kind of tall and skinny.
I like your tail.
Thanks. I like my tail too. She's got very tan skin and she's got weird, like, white dots. That kind of, like, more of a ritualistic pattern than anything else.
The tattoo.
Yeah, kind of.
How long have you been here?
I've been here for a little while. I'm the princess's companion, you know.
Her familiar?
No, I said her companion, not her familiar.
Oh.
I'm like her best friend.
Oh, cool. Is the princess okay?
Yeah, she went to bed real fast.
Oh.
But oh yeah, thanks, yeah. She told me to give you this, and she hands you a bag.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, and as you take it, you hear a chink 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 inside.
Ooh. Potato chips?
But wait till I leave before you open it. Wait till I leave before you open it.
Okay.
But anyway, so how did you do it? How did you fix the orb? Oh my gosh, that's so exciting!
These guys know.
And I can't believe you're traveling with all these
It was
boys.
Pockets and Beauregard. Pockets and Beauregard.
Wow. The dog did it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Is Beauregard gonna go and say hi?
Oh, Beauregard's like right up next to her, kind of.
Loving her.
Yeah, she's petting him real good.
Can she talk to Beauregard because she's kind of part animal?
I can't talk to animals. I'm sorry. I mean, I can make him real happy.
How do you make him happy?
I can play my flutes and I can make him happy.
Let's make him happy.
Okay. So she sits down. Okay, this is kind of embarrassing. I don't even know you guys real well.
Where should we play the flutes from?
It's fine. Go ahead and play.
No, she has like a little pouch on her side.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna
And she
take
pulls
her
out some
blues
panpipes.
Oh, okay.
And she starts playing him, and you can hear, you can see Bo just kind of, he sits down in front of her, and then he kind of lays his head down, and then he passes out.
Aww. Oh, baby.
Everybody roll a will save.
A will save?
Yeah.
What's a will save?
So roll a d20 and add your will.
I'm looking for it.
Will.
Is that the
Oh,
top?
main.
Oof.
You have fortitude, will, and constitution. Or
Poor Sid.
12 plus 5. 17.
17.
16.
13 for Tatiana. 1 for Sid.
Okay. So you notice that as she's playing this and Beauregard's going to sleep, so are Tatiana and Sid. They're kind of starting to like heavy-lidded, kind of laying back and kind of they lay down in their beds and they pass out.
Aw. Little nuggets.
In a good way.
Oh shoot! That always happens. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'm still awake though.
I like you.
Do you want to eat some food?
I already ate, but I brought that food for you guys. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure you're hungry. I mean, if the princess was hungry, you guys would be hungry.
We're gonna eat it up. Also, if there's a little extra, we'd like a little extra too, because we're very hungry.
Very hungry?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's all kind of nuts and berries and stuff.
We'll take it.
But I think that maybe because they have some meat here, I may be able to get you some, but I'm not sure.
Can you go check for us?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want her to leave, and I want to roll a sense motive.
Is there anything else
We're
that
not
you
allowed to
can?
get poisoned?
So we
Well,
asked
you can
about...
do that right now. For what are you sensing motive for?
Element. She seems very happy, and it put them to sleep, and then
She's very
we're
genuine.
about to,
She looked very surprised
Okay.
that she accidentally put them to sleep.
Okay.
She wasn't. You could tell she
It's a
wasn't
safe
meaning
place.
to do that.
Yeah.
She's just so used to doing it that she doesn't even think about it anymore.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Third.
So, I hope, what do I want to say? I don't know. Do we want to ask her anything?
I'm asleep.
You're asleep?
Yeah.
So
I mean, you can wake them up if you want.
No, they're nice to see.
Yeah. Do you know when the princess will be ready?
Asking for us?
Yeah.
I mean, she should be good pretty soon. I mean, we've got our best healers working on her, so she shouldn't be down that long. I mean, she looked really tired, so she's probably gonna sleep till morning. But other than that, I mean, she's usually pretty resilient.
Could you tell us what's going on in the kingdom and why? What's happening? Why is all
I
this
don't
stuff
know what's
on?
going on. All I know is that it has something to do with the sky, and that's all I know.
That's all you know.
That's all I know.
Do you know if people were sent out to protect the orb?
I don't really have any influence in that realm. You'd have to ask the princess or one of the council members, or maybe even the guards. But other than that, I don't know. I was told to bring you food and the money.
We appreciate that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you guys.
Are you gonna bring us more food too?
I'm gonna go try to find some. Maybe not right now, but I mean, you guys look like you're pretty tired, and you look really comfy, and I want to get comfy too with the princess. So I'm gonna go right now, and I will hopefully see you guys later. Have a good night's sleep.
Thank you.
Okay.
And she gets up and she moves to the door and she leaves.
Well, I don't have my pouch with me, but I don't eat all the food or my backpack or anything. Oh, you have a backpack still? Oh, no, they took all our stuff to clean and mend.
Well, they have like your clothes they took to clean them in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have your
Okay.
bags and stuff.
Yeah.
I put some of the food in my backpack.
Okay.
Especially the nuts.
Some cheese and nuts
The
and
nuts, they give you energy.
Yeah.
It's cheese, nuts, and fruit. Yeah.
yeah. So we eat the fruit, but we keep the cheese and nuts.
Okay.
Open the bag.
Bag. That's good. No, that's not right. Equipment? No. Storage? Yes.
It's just food.
Where do I put
You know
that?
you have food. That's about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I should have got you your binders, huh?
Oops.
It's okay.
I don't see anything for food.
I'm gonna
Rations food.
I'm gonna wake them up and just see if they want a little nibble, and suggest that we all take a light rest after.
Okay.
You know, just say, hey guys, the food's here if you want some.
And Sid kind of sits up. He's like, "Did I go to sleep?"
Yeah. We're all gonna
crap.
eat some, but then we're all gonna rest until the princess is ready for us.
Okay.
Okay.
Did someone open the bag yet?
Oh, no.
Not yet. Oh,
Open the bag.
let's open the bag.
Okay. So inside, you find 500 gold
Ooh.
I'm putting it in inventory.
in the party funds,
Yeah.
Okay.
and you also find a small folded piece of paper.
What does it say?
It says, "Get rest and be prepared at dawn. You
All
can
right.
trust Nokomis." And right next to it is that sunburst
Oh, cool.
symbol.
So let's rest up. We've eaten enough. There was plenty of food to be full, and some left over, right?
There was some like you're not full, but you're satisfied.
Word. Okay. I put a little bit. Okay, good. I
Uh,
need to tinkle.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to take a break real quick?
Yeah, I can tinkle. And I might have a little sandwich. You know, watching my figures.